jelly. My foundation does not match my body. Are we surprised? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy to see you here, and I hope you're happy to be here, or you must be somewhat happy you wouldn't click the video. Today, as you can see by the title, we are playing with tons of new products. I've got things from the new Boots exclusive Urban, not Decay, Urban Dream Urban Cover Maybelline foundation. We've got the new Huda Beauty lipsticks. Please reveal yourself. Huda Beauty lipsticks. I've got the Blush and Bally BH palette that I picked up. We've got the new ABH Glow highlighters. We've got a new Colourpop bronzer that I just can't find. It's literally disappeared. I don't know where it is. And then I guess the main star of the show is the Morphe 35G Bronze Goals palette, which I bought with my own money because I don't get Morphe PR. Imagine. I would sell my soul for Morphe PR, to be honest. This is the palette. Has an annoying insert. We did this look with it, and I'll give you my final thoughts, or my thoughts, as we go through the video. So if you want to see how I got this look and stop me waffling on any longer, just keep watching. So for transparency, I do actually have P. Louise base on my eyes because I was gonna just like do my makeup, and I was like, no, I need to film. I've got new makeup to play with. So the first product, sorry, Maybelline Dream Cover Full Weight Lightweight Protective Makeup SPF 50 Broad Spectrum plus Anti-Pollution. Now I picked up 103 Pure Ivory and 116 Sesame. Quite a big difference between the two shades, and I'm gonna have to mix them. So give me one moment to mix them up, and then we will put it on the face for the first time. Not the first time, that is a lie. I started putting this on my face a few days ago, had a bad day, ended up just nothing worked. So I put it on, you know, a good portion of my face, but yeah, I don't have a proper first impression. Right now it is 8:43 in the morning. So I've mixed up a wee concoction. It's well more liquidy. I was gonna say it's well more liquidy than I thought it would be. So yeah, I think that colour will be fine. Probably have to mix it up again though and get the percentages wrong, because I love the cake. I'll put it on one half and then show you the difference. Like, ew, she's so ugly. Still like too dark for me, you can see that there. So I'm probably gonna take this all over my neck. I don't know, I always feel like when I say, no, it's definitely too dark for me, people are like, no, it looks fine. And I'm like, no, in real life it's definitely too dark. I'm like, nah, definitely looks fine on camera. And I'm like, no, honestly, if you saw me in real life, like I am a different colour. But actually this is fine. I quite like warming up my skin. That's it on one side, not on the other. Not on this one, not on the other. Sorry, I don't have the most amount of time today, so I am kind of speeding through this, but let me put it all over my face. God, don't look at my lips. I'm gonna compare it to the Maybelline Superstay because that is also super full coverage, although it doesn't have the kind of same skin benefits that this one does, as in terms of like you know, anti-pollution and broad spectrum FPS. I have a lisp. It's definitely not as full coverage as the Superstay, but it is really nice coverage, and I like it. Like I said, I did put it on the other day and I really liked it. I only went in with one layer, and if you can believe it, I only went in with a darker shade. I looked like an absolute orange. but the formula is lightweight, it's really comfortable. It is very different to Super Stay. It doesn't feel like cake face, but you get this really lovely, strong medium, pretty much full. I always hate saying like it's definitely full coverage, because to me Super Stay is full coverage. This is like a level below that, but not a level into like medium. It's like just not as full coverage as Super Stay. It is such a lovely foundation. I've not worn it throughout the day, so as this video progresses we'll see how it kind of holds up. That's one layer, and like I said, I mixed 103 and 116, so I clearly need to have a look at some different shades. But yeah, when I can get to a Boots store I'll just like match myself. But yeah, this is so pretty on the skin. Let's use a concealer that I've only used once before. It is the L'Oreal Infallible More Than concealer. I picked up another shade. I picked up 322 Ivory because I felt the other one was too light for me. So this one is a pinch darker. I wanted the one darker than this, but it was out of stock on Superdrug. So this is the one we're going to play with. I'm going to put a fair whack on because I want some good under the eye coverage. I've now used Shape Tape, by the way, and this is not as full coverage as Shape Tape, so I don't know where the rules are coming from, because obviously I'm right about everything. So I think if you just like concentrate it, in fact I do find I get more coverage with a brush, which is obvious, but I just don't really like using brushes. But you see, if I just kind of, if that fit my skin tone more, I wouldn't have to keep blending it in so much, and I feel like the coverage would be like that full, which is awesome. But because it is way lighter than my foundation, I'm gonna have to kind of keep blending, at least around the edges, which kind of takes down the coverage. And the fact that I'm using a sponge, I know that, I'm not stupid, but just lighten up other areas. But I mean, the coverage is good. I actually think this shade just suits me so much more than the last one I tried. I don't even know if that video's out yet. It might be. So yeah, that's the concealer. I do actually think I have a better impression of it now than when I first used it. I do kind of like it a bit better now upon like second and third application, having tried it a few more times. I think the coverage is really nice. It's just not as full coverage as Shape Tape, it's just not, but it's not, well, it's a fraction of the cost. It's like half the price, it's £10. So it's not exactly a cheap concealer. I also did buy another shade in the e.l.f. as well, because I was like, I didn't like how light the first one was that I got. So yeah, that's face concealer. What do we have now? What I'm going to do now is do my eyes. I have a lot of different eyeshadow palettes to play with that are new. So let me decide which one I want to use, and then I'll come back and show you, and then I'll go off and do one eye and come back. Blah, blah, blah. I'll show you in a second. It's easier if I just show you. So like I said, I've got a few different palettes. I have the new Coloured Rain Safari Rain palette, which looks like this. It's absolutely gorgeous. I swatched it on my Instagram. It's nuts how pigmented this is. Look at this shade. Like, I barely touched that. Barely touched that. That is crazy. I also have the new Riviera, but I have used that in the video before. That's already up. People hate that fucking video. I've got the Colourpop Ooh La La palette, which is pink, so kind of right up my alley. But I think the one I'm going to use is the Morphe 35G Bronze Goals palette, because this is the, I think, the cheapest one of them all, unless you live in the US, and then getting Colourpop super cheap. But if you live in the UK, it's not. So I think I'm going to use this because it's probably the most accessible. It's only like, I think it was £24 instead of 23, and usually these are like 23. But I do love the packaging, and I have tested some of the mattes. The shimmers are very firmly pressed, which is really weird. Like this is not, I mean that looks really good. That swatches looked really good. Hold on. That still looks good. So I'm gonna go and do an eye off camera using this, and then I'll come back and show you what I did on camera. But yeah, I'm not sure yet. I'm iffy about this palette, having tried it somewhat and then everything fell to pieces. So I'll be back in a second and we will show you what look. If I am struggling terribly with the shimmers, we will dip in this Fairy Rain and just like try some of that as well. But I do want to kind of just do this palette, so I'll be back as soon as possible. Oh, and I knew, and maybe I'll use a Stila glittering glue as well. I don't know. I'll be back. Just brought you in a little bit closer. This is the eye look. Nothing revolutionary, but it's a bronze palette. It's golds and bronze. I was so tempted midway to like add pink or like just something else, but I couldn't. I have to stay true to this palette. So yeah, this is look. I mean, I'm not hating it. I think it looks pretty nice. There's nothing wrong with this eye look at all. And I'm also using a new pair of lashes, which we'll discuss. But yes, let's move into this palette. So where's my brush? That is probably going to be on my first piece of merch. So I'm taking the shade Equator. I'm not going to hold it up each time, so that's just going to be annoying for me, and this is just supposed to be a first impression, so I just want to show you how they're applying. I'm not going to do like a super in-depth tutorial. So yeah, I'm just going to put Equator through the outside of my crease. And then I'm just slightly kind of triangling it. Then I'm going to take a brush and just blend out the edges. I find that so far the mattes in this palette, I think I just spat everywhere. I'm hoping it didn't pick up on camera. So far I'm finding that the mattes are applying really nicely, like they're pigmented. You can see that this is pigmented. It's also, I really like the tones of the browns in this palette. They're the kind of browns that suit me. They're really caramelly, fudgy browns, as opposed to like super cool tone browns or like really wishy-washy. Like, it's just the kind of tone of brown that I enjoy, and they blend easily. I'm just trying to soften the edges, and I'm doing a really horrible job because I am slightly rushing. Then I'm dipping into the shade, ha! Thought it was called Necked. It's called Naked. 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 But naked. And I'm not bringing these deep tones into the inner corner at all, really. I want to keep them out here on their lonesome. Loving my autofocus today. Also just dipping into it the shade Record Temps, just to try and blend that out as well, because that ain't seamless, is it? Just on that same brush, I've just wiped it off. I'm taking the shade Deserted, and I'm putting this through the front because this is one of the lightest mattes in the palette. I will say they could have done with a lighter matte, because these two, where am I? This one, no, that's a shimmer. This one and this one are literally exactly the same. There's like no difference between them. So I'm just dragging that into the inner corner, because I do need a little bit of matte behind what I'm doing, and then a little bit around here. Actually, I'm going to use a bigger brush in that same shade. Just kind of pack that on, because I've gone all the way up to my brow on this side, so I might as well just immediately do it over here. That's literally how my dad says immediately. He says immediately, and it's not even like trying to be funny, that's just how he pronounces it. That's weird. Then I am taking the shade equator again because I need to deepen up this outer corner. And then I'm just going to go in with Deep End, which is the black. I'm going to throw this where equator is, but I'm going to keep it more in the outer V as opposed to like drawing out too much. I know my blending looks like garbage right now. I know how to blend, it will come together, don't worry. I'm just trying to be quick. Taking that through the lower lash line and just gently flicking the shadow out. Also just going to use the side of that brush and just pack it on this outer corner. And then bigger blending brush, and I'm going to dip in the shade SPF and take that around this black and just start to soften it. This is where I'm going to take a bit more time, and I'll probably come back to you in a second when I finish this outside blending, because I'm sure from what you can see, these are mattes. They're nice mattes. They apply nicely. They're not as nice as like ABH mattes or Coloured Rain, or I'm trying to think of other brands that have really impressed me. Some Huda Beauty ones, like, but for £24 for a huge palette, the mattes in it are really pretty and they're nice and they blend, and hopefully you are seeing that a little smidgen. So I'm going to come back to you in a second and we'll put on all the golds and coppers. Okay, so first shade we're going in with is the shade Sol. Bear in mind, my base is, it was wet, it's definitely got a little wet shadow on it, but we're just starting at this inner corner. This is probably the most impressive gold in the whole palette. I will just point it out to you. Ow, it's this one here. Far left hand side, second from the bottom. It is literally one of the only ones that actually picks up on a brush and looks impressive. I am going to wet it because I like maximum pigmentation. I'm going to throw this to the front of my eye, including the inner corner. You can see that's a pretty nice gold, like there's nothing wrong with it. Take it slightly into the lower lash line. I was having quite a chat with someone on Instagram last night that follows me on Instagram. I'm taking that same shade, by the way, on a fluffy brush. I'm just gonna blend this into my crease because I'm having like a blown out kind of look, you know, like it's not a cut crease, it's just a blended kind of moment. And she was like, oh, I'm getting really annoyed trying to get pigment from these metallic shades. And I was like, mate, so did I, trust me. Some of these shades are absolute duds. Even when you try to swatch them, when you wet them, just duds. Like this shade here beside it looks so pretty. It doesn't pick up on a brush, and when you swatch it, I mean, that doesn't look that bad, but trust me, when I tried to put that on my eye, I had the worst time. It just wouldn't apply to my eye. Beside that gold shade, I'm going in with the shade Summer Vibes, which is gonna add that copperiness that I've got going on. Now this is way firmer pressed. I'm like really mooshing my brush in and then wetting it. This is Primark Primer Water as always. But you can see, I mean, it is applying, but it ain't blowing my socks off. But it is there, it's copper, it looks different to the gold. Sorry, I'm back to front on the monitor. So like, it is there. I'm just like, I think after the James Charles palette, that's the last Morphe palette I bought, I was like, wow, they know how to make some great shades. And even the 35M is way better than this palette, by the way. In terms of mattes and shimmers, like that's more like the James Charles formula, whereas this seems like their older formula, just in really beautiful packaging, although the mattes do seem a bit more impressive. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the lower lash line. I'm going to grab Sol. That's an SOL, not like Better Call Saul. Then I'm going to grab that copper, what, Summer Vibes. Wetting my brush to filth. See, like there I was just quite nonchalant. I wasn't like trying to pick up a lot of colour, and it shows compared to the top lash line. So now I've really intensified it with like digging my brush in, and I'm getting more pigment from it. Okay, so I'm going to throw some black liner on, and then we'll put our lashes on. One moment. So this is the lash I'm going to use. It's the one of the part of the new Safari collection from Coloured Rain. It's nuts. It's a nutty lash. I had to cut quite a lot off to make it fit my eye. I'm going to throw this on, and then we'll move on to the rest of the face. And I don't have like a heap of products to try, but we've got some, so let's keep going. So I didn't have a new contour, so I just threw one on. I do have a new bronzer. This is the ColourPop bronzer in the shade, I'm pretty sure it's called Private Party, and I thought this was going to be way lighter. It's so dark. I'm gonna try it, but it's well dark, you know. So I have this theory, right? Because ColourPop reached out to me and they were like, oh, we want you to join our ambassador program. We like your Instagram, can we send you some products? I obviously said no, because I said yes. And I got sent a bunch of products, and then I've been added to their ambassador program. I've got like, why does it keep saying program? And I've got like a discount code with them. Apparently it wasn't working yesterday, so I'll test it and see if it is. It'll be $5 off. So yeah, I don't know if I'm like on like a PR list or what, like I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I might have way more ColourPop products in the future to play with. And I felt like I had a reason for this story, but I don't think I can remember, so I'm just going to put this bronzer on, and I like it. Nothing wrong with it. Not patchy, it's going over this foundation really nicely, it's not too dark, looks way dark in the pan, but it's really not that dark on the face. So I'm happy about that. Good stuff. There we go, that bronzer seems nice. That seems nice. Now before blush, I do have a new highlighter. I've got two new. I've got the new ABH ones. I put the one with the pink cap in my giveaway palette because it's way too dark for me. This one is really light. It's like a white iridescent one. And then this is So Hollywood, which is one of their like really famous ones, which will be too dark. So I'm going to mix the two and then apply them to my face. I'm just going to try it dry. When I swatched them dry and then wet, and there wasn't really a difference at all. So just go in dry. Holy cheesecakes. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Wow. I like never buy loose highlighters because I'm like, nah, they're gonna be so messy. and that I do still worry about that with this. Like, it is slightly messy, but the sifter is really fine, so you only get like a really small amount like dispensed, which I like. That's so pretty. Let's put it through the planner. There we go. Highlighting my chin for all those people that hated my chin highlight. Let's put more on the chin. Look, it's my chin and I'm highlighting it. It's why I've never actually bought an Artist Couture highlighter, even though I know they're supposed to be incredible, because I don't like loose highlights. Like, I just don't gravitate towards them. It's not that I don't like them. I've never really given them a proper chance, but yeah, I'm feeling this one a lot. So yeah, it's a yes from Missa. Any of you care. Okay, blush. I bought the BH Blushing in Bali palette, and this is so pretty. You get 3 blushes and then you get 3 highlighters. You can see I swatched these 2 highlighters. They're actually really pretty. I'll swatch the darker one as well. So this again caters like all skin tones, a light blush, a medium and a deep. Light, medium, deep. It's great, it's really pretty. This was £13 as well, which is really, really cheap considering that these highlights feel like absolute butter. Like, they could be what I'm wearing, but they're just not, but you know what I mean? I'm gonna put blush on. I'm gonna put on this one here. Quite dusty, but that's okay if it works. Oh, that's really pretty. That's reminding me of Benefit Dandelion, which is my favourite blush of all time. Apart from maybe Illamasqua Naked Rose, which is also my favourite blush of all time. But Benefit Dandelion like has a huge place in my heart. It's pretty, it's blendable, it's worked. Maybe put a bit too much blush on. Is that possible? It's possible to put too much makeup on. No, is the answer, because it's your face. Maybe if you're like Lisa Eldridge and you make Kate Winslet look completely crazy when she's got an Oscars like red carpet, you can, but no, in other ways, no you can't. Don't you let anyone tell you you can, because they're wrong. Okay, I definitely have a few new lip products to try. I got sent all the Huda Beauty Power Bullets, but in here I also have, amongst other random stuff, some of the new Wet n Wild ones, Colourpop, the Colour Drain lipsticks that match the collection, and then the Huda Beauty Power Bullets. I think I might wear Ladies Night. I only kept 3 shades of these, the rest I put, well I put 1 to a friend and then I put the rest in a giveaway, because I was like, I don't need 14 shades of lipstick, like it's just excessive. Oh, the colour just looks so beautiful and it looks so matte. So let me quickly line my lips with a really weird colour lip liner. Why did I say weird? It just went dark, but then it came out as weird. I'm so weird and quirky. I just used this Essence lip liner. It's in the shade something. Margot, please. There we are. And this, like I said, Ladies Night matte lipstick. And I got hair. I didn't grab the hair, and now the hair's gone. Okay. Let's see what the fuss is about. That literally matches that lip liner perfectly. I kind of look like a vampire. Look. It's surprisingly easy to apply. I know I've gone out that line, I'll clean that up. It's quite creamy, like it's just gliding, but it's so pigmented, like wow, that is a gorgeous colour. That is really gorgeous. I am feeling that colour so much. With this eye, I mean, I would totally wear it, but I'm thinking maybe a nude, but I'm not changing it now because I'd have to take my lip liner off, I'd have to reapply foundation around the area, it would be an operation, so we ain't doing that today. Okay, and then I'm just going to finish off the spritz of the new Dewy set. I have used this on camera before, but I just want to put it on to make my face more dewy because that's what I get enjoyment from. I have hair extensions, so I'm like struggling to put my hair behind my ears. So this, of course, is the finished look. What else could I be showing you right now? I'm really happy with how this makeup's come out overall. I mean, it's not wait, have I got lipstick on my teeth? No. Thank goodness. It's not like a favourite makeup look that I've ever done. I mean, I really love this lip. Clean that up. I really love this lip colour so much. It's also really, really comfortable, and it's a really comfortable matte. It doesn't even look like mega matte, but it is matte. It's lovely. Yeah, like I said, I only kept a few shades because I don't need them all. That palette for £13, I'd recommend it because the highlights are bomb. These highlights are also bomb. What else did we try? The Colour Drain lashes, I've got to say I'm struggling because they're very different, like on each eye. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but certainly IRL, it's like, it looks like I'm wearing two different lashes, which can be, because they are handmade, foam ink, like they looked very similar in the tray, but actually upon putting them on, they do look quite different. The foundation I'm really liking so far. I feel like I don't look cake face, which I know my Maybelline Super Stay can look a bit cake facey, but I don't care, like I don't mind that. I will wear as much makeup as I want and feel good about it, and that doesn't bother me. But this I feel looks a lot more natural, but I still got that like full coverage. Oh, the Colourpop bronzer, that was nice. I can't see it anywhere. I don't know where I put it. Is it in this bag? No, I don't know where I put the bronzer, but that was nice. I do like Colourpop powder products. I've tried their blushes and things, really like them. And then I guess the foundation, we just spoke about that. I'm going nuts. Stupid. The palette. I think I've got a nice look out of it. Had I picked up the Colour Drain Safari palette, I think I could have done a really similar look in terms of the brown tones and then the golds, but it would have been way more metallic, like knock your socks off metallic. But this is nice, and for £24 I don't think it's bad, especially for the mattes. All the mattes I tried were really, really nice, and you get, let me just quickly count, 10 mattes and the rest are shimmers. There isn't a matte down here, but it's a matte with glitter particles in it. I don't particularly like those, but that's just me. And I do like that you get these kind of like rosy tones. I need to be on camera to show you that kind of rosy tones, but I mean, again, like that's that one. Like the pigment is not there for that. They're so heavily pressed that you get barely anything out of a lot of the metallic. So to me, it's not like totally excited me, and it's probably honestly not a palette I'm going to reach for now, because I have great palettes with great brown mattes in it that I really love, and now I've tried this, it's like I've tried it and it's not impressed me, whereas in front of me I've got a whole row of eyeshadow palettes that really impressed me. So it's like, I'm not going to use this again realistically, so I'll keep it for a while in case I get like somehow an influx of requests to do another look with it, but then it's going to go because it's just not something I'm going to reach for, to be honest. I think that pretty much sums up everything that we used. This is me today. Yeah, what do you think? Let me know. So if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Also leave me a comment down below. I reply to all of my comments. And please subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday, Friday and Sunday, and click the notification bell so you'll never miss when I upload a video. And on that note, hasta la vista.